everybody, this is Chad, the Gaming Dad, here on Dad's Games, and this is actually going to be the first episode of my new series of quick reviews. Quick reviews being games that I don't have to play for hours and hours and hours, because we're really only going to be answering the question, is this game fun, or should you run? For me, and a lot of other people, I'm sure, the first couple hours of a game determine whether you're really going to get sucked into it or not. Here on Fun or Run, I'm just going to be looking at these games to find out if it's something that I want to play like crazy, or if I just want to run from it. It's no good, forget it. So first up, I have a game that completely was not on my radar at all. This thing has been released on PC since a few months ago, I think, but it just arrived this week on PS4. And it is Butcher. Butcher is brought to us by Transhuman Design and Crunching Koalas. Butcher. I can't say the name Butcher for this game without thinking of The Running Man. Do you guys remember that movie, The Running Man, from the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was a great movie. But every time I say the name of this, I want to say Butcher, Butcher, because of Maria Conchita Alonso. Remember her in that movie? When she was getting attacked, and she's like, "The Butcher of Bakersfield is in my kitchen, ah!" So now all I ever hear is, Butcher, Butcher. Anyway, back to the game. This game is really cool. I didn't know anything about it, like I said. All I knew was that I watched the trailer on PS4. That's how I'm playing this, is on PS4. Because I'll look at what's new each week, and you know, sometimes there's something cool there and sometimes there isn't. So I'm looking and I see Butcher and I'm thinking, what in the heck is this? This is like ultra pixelated. It's just gory and there's loud music, and yeah, I think I like that. Plus it was on sale. So grabbed Butcher, and man was I surprised. For somebody like me who loves games like Doom, this is amazing. This game is just great. The soundtrack is very much like Doom. Really hard, heavy music. You're shooting shotguns. You're shooting machine guns. You're killing these little guys, and they're exploding into bits and pieces. Some of their entrails seem to get stuck on hooks and stuff. It's kind of crazy. There's not much as far as story goes. You just are on this spaceship, and you're heading to the thing, and it kind of looks like a Halo, but you just jump in there and you start shooting everything like crazy. It's more or less just a horizontal, not really a horizontal shooter, like with a spaceship and stuff, but it scrolls left to right as you run, and there's little platforms going up and down. You can take elevators up and down. It's super cool. My only complaint is that the pixel art in here, although it is really amazing and very, very interesting, I mean, it's kind of tough to make out some of the stuff sometimes. If this game is aiming to be like 8-bit or 16-bit or whatever bit it's trying to be like, I wish they maybe would have added one more bit. So if it was 8, maybe it should be 9. If it was 16, maybe it should be 17-bit. Because it's so pixelated that sometimes you can't tell what the heck is going on. I mean, look at the little guy, your actual character that you are. You can practically count the pixels that make up that guy. And the low detail and everything is cool, and I appreciate that art style, but sometimes you have trouble finding the enemies too. And this is a very fast-moving game where you need to identify targets in a hurry and shoot the crap out of them as soon as you can. But overall, it's really fun to play, and after you play it, I mean, there's a learning curve there for about a half hour or so where you're just going to get killed a lot. And once you get over that first learning curve, you figure things out. So the game's laid out kind of like, I don't know, a Mario game or something. There's different worlds. You go through these portals, and it actually looks like you're getting killed because your blood splatters everywhere, and then you go to the first place, which is the Ironworks facility, and there's 4 levels within that. And then there's a bunch more worlds, like World 1 and then World 2, 3, 4. That's why I said it's kind of like Mario in that regard, where each world has 4 levels and they get harder as they go. The real skinny platforms, you either just walk right up them, or you can press down to just drop straight through. So that makes it super easy to just control your guy with one stick, because this is similar to a twin stick shooter. You aim with the other stick. So you're walking around with the left stick, aiming with the right, and then just shooting with the trigger on the right side and jumping with the trigger on the left side. So it's pretty simple stuff. A couple of the buttons will change your weapons or whatever, but ultimately this thing is set up very similar to a twin stick shooter, so that it's just made for speed and just crazy action and explosions and blowing things up. I mean, I like it. It's pretty cool. It's obvious the references here, like I said, from Doom. It's got the same style of music. It's got the same kind of over-the-top explosions of body parts and things. But there are some little secrets hidden around, like skulls, some of which you can just go up to the door and it opens it up. Other ones are on doors, at least in this level, that it's a timed door. You have to hurry up and get to it before it closes. Just all kinds of fun little stuff like that. You hit buttons to unlock doors. Try to stay out of the lava. It is what it looks like it is. There's not a whole lot hidden here. You've got your health and your shields on the left side of the screen, along with your red-eyed skull sitting up above there, which deteriorates just like back in Doom and Wolfenstein 3D. As you get shot up, that skull turns into a mess. And then on the right side, you have your guns, different guns, mainly your shotgun and machine guns and stuff. But here's the other nod to Doom. If you run out of bullets, your unlimited supply weapon, if you will, is a chainsaw. That's right, you can chainsaw people in this game as well. There is a button for kick, but I don't know how well you're going to be able to kick these guys, because, I mean, they kill you in just a couple of shots. This game is brutal. Not just in how you explode all the characters and turn people into slimy piles of goo, but it is also brutal in the difficulty. And they pretty much tell you that right up front, because the whole motto of this game is the easiest mode is hard. Butcher. The butcher. So, on PC, I'm not really sure, but here on console, you do have a level that's casual. So I believe on PC it just starts at hard, harder, the hardest, and impossible. But here on console you also get casual. Casual being, if you look at it here, it's actually kind of an insult. It's I cry when I die mode. You get 400% health, all your pickups are doubled, the reaction time's doubled, medikits and armor, yes, secret banana medikits, that's great, and no skulls, you get no skulls. But this is the easiest of easy, and it's still not even that easy. Although, I did play it on hard, and did figure it out after about a half an hour. So just to make sure that everything was on the up and up with this game, I went ahead and played through the entire first level, the first 4 levels of like World 1, right? And they got a little bit harder, and a little bit harder, and a little bit harder. And then once I got to the second world, it was definitely getting even harder. So this game, I personally think it's really cool. Some people that don't want to just, you know, this is like Super Meat Boy and Doom mixed together. You know, you die and you instantly start right back over again and try again. The levels don't change. They're not roguelike or anything like that. It's almost like a puzzle. You know where the enemies are going to be. It'll change on different difficulties, but as long as you keep doing the same difficulty, you know where the enemies are going to be. You know what you have to do. And so you kind of plan your attack. But it's the kind of a plan that is trial and error. You're going to have to play this thing over and over and over and over again until you figure out what to do. And then after you get good at it, or at least get better at it, it becomes kind of natural and you don't have to die quite so many times. But I'm telling you, man, the first half an hour I played this, I don't think I made it through halfway of the first level just because I just kept getting killed. These guys only have to shoot you 2 or 3 times and your health is gone. There are also some other really cool things that they do in here for adding a little bit of length to the game and adding some challenges and stuff. There is no online multiplayer or anything, but there actually is what appears to be leaderboards for speedrunning levels. Because, yeah, it's not hard enough to just make it to the end of the level, but you actually now want to speedrun it too. The speedrun things will compare you with other people, and you try to hurry up. It's a pretty cool thing for those that will play this game until they master it. So it's nice to see that it's in there. They also added CRT filter, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like on an emulator where you put a filter over top of the game. And to be honest with you, I usually don't like CRT filters on top of games, but in this one, it sort of helps because it's so pixelated. Like I said at the beginning, when you put the CRT filter on there, things almost look a little bit more like they're supposed to, if that makes sense. So once again, we are here on Fun or Run, so we must answer the question, is this fun or should you run? Now, for this game, it's kind of hard to put it in one category, because for me, I'm going to say it is absolutely fun. With a capital F-U-N, fun. But I was talking to some of my other friends who, they don't really appreciate games that you have to die over and over and over and over again. So if you tried to play Super Meat Boy and you hated it, if you tried to play other games where you must repeat levels over and over again until you memorize them just right and then you make a perfect run through, if that's you, if you didn't like those games, run. Absolutely run away from this game. This is not for you. You won't like it. But for somebody like me who loves Doom, who loves all the action and the shooting and the gore effects and the fact that you feel like a boss after you can finally figure out how to play the level completely and you can just run right through there. I actually did do a speed run. Check that out here at the end. I'll show you the speed run, my best speed run of the very first level. It's the only one I can do. But hey, I got one of them right. This game for me is just amazing. It's completely come out of nowhere. I didn't even expect it. And I'm so glad I have it on my PS4. I'm going to play this all the time. So for me, I'm saying it's a fun. For those of you out there who might not like repeating things and just really fast twitch shooting, bam, 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 because, you know, you just get killed too quickly and it's frustrating. This game is frustrating, definitely frustrating, but if you just want to throw your controller out the window for those kind of games, then run. So I'm warning those guys out there who don't like this kind of stuff that they specifically should run. But for me, I'm answering the question, is this fun or should you run? For me, this game is fun. And until next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and this is Dad's Games. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody. Thanks again for watching. If you liked that video, please press like and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, so leave your comments and any suggestions down below. Remember, there's tons of other gamers out there just like you and me, and they also know that you never outgrow video games. Feel free to share these videos all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever you use. This channel is for all of us. Let's make sure they know that they are not alone. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.